Ed Sheeran wins Shape of You. I think going to...
Well, this is an interesting one to me. If you're a music fan, Ed Sheeran has won a case about the song Shape of You against a grime artist, Sammy Switch, who claimed that he'd copied his song Oh Why. I've listened to them both. It is quite similar. And interestingly, that same song openly credits No Scrubs by TLC because he did nick that, but he's not nicked it because he's admitted it.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of history doing these things, of taking songs or acknowledging he's using them. This is an interesting issue because can you really... Tom Petty, who I love recently, he won that, not that recently because he's dead now, but he won that case for Won't Back Down against Sam Smith's Stay With Me. And it's like, can you really own that melody?
I didn't know that had been the case, but he's right.
It's really just... It's really just a few notes of the major scale, but then he had the next sequence of notes the same as well. And it's like, how large a sequence of notes there have to be before he can say, I own that?
His name is Tom Petty, to be fair.
Well, he was quite cool about it. He said, it happens, but he still took the money. But, you know, unless they invent a B sharp, we're going to have a lot of these same problems. There's not that many notes.
Ed Sheeran himself has come out quite strongly, not just like, I've won the case, but can we please stop this kind of endless, vexatious court cases because it's damaging, it limits creativity. I have some sympathy with that, but equally, you have to say, you look at the nature of songwriting nowadays, it's like, so many people writing songs. The melody, I don't know, am I just getting old? I don't hear much kind of melodic invention anymore, really.
It's almost impossible not to be melody.
But you can't hear the words.
Can I say...
I think they emphasise other aspects of the music.
Can I counter that, Simon?
They're not quite the melody. Do you know what I mean? They seem to be much more to do with the rhythm or the
of course.
Tonal...
You're listening to auto-tune. You're listening to mumblecore. You're talking about mumblecore. Mumblecore is like the worst possible music you can make. But can I... Go on.
Well, what's interesting is sometimes this goes on and on. So Radiohead, their song Creep, they were sued by the Hollies, who said that, successfully sued by the Hollies, who said that they'd ripped off a song by the Hollies.
What was the song?
I can't remember. I was just trying to find it on the internet. I couldn't find it. But then Lana Del Rey wrote a song called Get Free, and Radiohead sued her.
Right.
For ripping off Creep.
Wow.
So the same, I think we're going to see this every generation.
It feels moribund, doesn't it? I remember when Stairway to Heaven, which famously had an opening, there was a guy called Randy California, who'd been a guitarist in San Francisco in the 60s, who said, they nicked my opening. And it was like, it was finally settled in court in 2010, like 40 years after. You just go, this is the point at which the lawyers arrive to pick over the corpses. You know, it's over, really, at this point.
There's a brilliant one by Dexys Midnight Runners where they just stole the riff from Warren Zevon's Werewolves of London. But then the song they did, it was a song about how old songs sound the same on the radio. Right. There was a certain irony which made it almost worthwhile. But my counter to your earlier point is that Bob Dylan, you're saying nowadays, blah, blah, blah. But Bob Dylan, even back in the day, where he would take songs that were in public domain, simply change the words. So Penny's Farm became Hard Times in New York.
A little twist and a little inversion. Even sometimes the lyrical content and everything, he would just add the tiniest. And Zeppelin, again, funnily enough, of course, sued by a white guitarist, never adequately sued by Willie Dixon and all the rest of all these old blues guys. They just, reworked old songs. It is an endless, ongoing, oceanic churn, isn't it? Music
it happens in comedy as well. Like comedians occasionally get sued for ripping off other comedians.
The famous one, Harry Hill. I love this story because both people come out of it well. Harry Hill watched Bob Monkhouse on stage at Royal Variety Performance, I think, and he did a joke about, "I've got a step ladder. It's not my real ladder." And Harry said, "I know this is embarrassing, Bob, but I wrote that joke, and that is. I know how it works on your circuit is different. You don't have the same kind of respect for copyright things in general, but that is my joke, and I'd really appreciate it if you didn't do that again." And Bob Monkhouse was utterly charming and said, "I'm so sorry, Harry, it won't happen again, I apologise." About 2 weeks later, Harry Hill got a package in the post, a VHS tape from Bob Monkhouse of him telling that joke in about 1964.
With a one-liner, something like that.
Owned him.
Bound to happen, absolute gentleman about it.